Game starts. Welcome to BitBull, the fastest gamer alive. Bonus video.
Oh, hi there. You caught me perusing my Pokedex. Isn't this an amazing little piece of technology? You take it out to the wild, you catalog Pokemon, you bring it back to the professor, and fulfill his lifelong dream. Now, this little thing has an index of almost every Pokemon in the game and in the world. But did you know there is some Pokemon that aren't cataloged in here, and today I'm gonna blow your mind by telling you about them anyway. Let's get that piece of shit out of here, and let's get on to the list.
Number 10, Venustoids. So Venustoids appeared in an episode of the anime where Bulbasaur and Squirtle were fighting a Ghastly. Ghastly goes, alright, fuck it, here's your evolutions, fight Venusaur and Blastoids. Then he goes, no, you know what, I can do one better. Then he fused them together. Now, not only is the, possibility of fusing Pokemon cool, this made, fusing Pokemon popular among fans, and it's become such a big thing over the fandom today. You cannot go and look up Pokemon without finding some kind of cool fusion art. So yeah, not only is it a good Pokemon, it inspired that. Number 9, Shadow Lugia. So Shadow Lugia is a Pokemon from a somewhat obscure GameCube title called Gale of Darkness. This version of Lugia has been corrupted by the evil organization Zypher and their leader Skullface, all for revenge. Right, boss?
You feel it too, don't you? I'm the one who got caught up with Zypher. A group above nations, even the US. Zypher sent us to hell. But we're going even deeper. I know. I'm already a demon.
Little Metal Gear joke for you guys. So Skullface created the ultimate shadow Pokemon, and with this legendary, it's immune to purification, which is what the player tried to do with corrupted Pokemon over the course of the game. Number 8. Way back when the Pokemon anime still had heart, we saw all kinds of odd Pokemon that had never even showed up in the games. In episode 13, Mystery at the Lighthouse, our heroes met Bill, a giant Pokemon nerd obsessed with meeting a mystery Pokemon. He claims to be the largest Pokemon in the world, so they end up meeting a Dragonite so large it would put Whale Lord to shame. Team Rocket tries to capture it with a missile launcher, and yeah, that doesn't go so well. The Crystal Onix. So hidden deep away on Sunburst Island, there is an Onix made entirely of crystal. This expensive looking Pokemon is immune to water-based attacks and can even swim, unlike most other rock Pokemon. He's even got his weaknesses flipped, because he's weak to fire and completely immune to water. Number 6, Mew Free. So, there's a few Pokemon mangas, and one of these is titled Pocket Monsters. In this, Red's Clefairy turns into a twisted version of Mew and calls itself Mew Free, and then proceeds to beat Mewtwo, which blows my mind. I think this manga is more of a comedy anyway. In the anime, while never shown, one of the people who helped create Mewtwo suggests they make a Mew Free right after the initial experiment. Number 5. Speaking of the manga, this odd bug Pokemon shows up and is never given a name or an official number. It's just, here, look at it, there's this fucking weird Pokemon. It shows up, it gets caught, it escapes, and we never see it again. It's just called Unknown Bug Pokemon. It's fucking looks weird. It's almost like they just pulled the idea out of their ass, like they do with all the new Pokemon these days. Klefki. Oh, did I just say that out loud? Well, I meant every word of it. Number 4, Ancient Pokemon. Like I said, the first season of the anime had a bunch of badass Pokemon, like ancient ones, so there was a giant Gengar and Alakazam that are covered in tribal markings. They awaken from old relics and fight until what I like to call Bigglypuff shows up, does a little song, and puts him to sleep. Number 3, Pink Pokemon. What if I told you there's an entire island where Pokemon are pink? Well, Ash and his mates wash up on a little place known as the Pinken Islands, and on this island there are berries. When Pokemon eat them, they turn pink. Pikachu even gets his teeth into some, and Ash gets worried he'll stay pink. However, the berries need to be a regular part of a Pokemon's diet for the pink coloring to stay in their skin. You know? Pink Pokemon? That wouldn't be a bad idea for those high-class ladies who want to design a Pokemon in their life. At last, your shoulder can match your shoes. Number 2, Black Fog. So in the anime and manga, there's a giant haunter called Black Fog. This thing is so evil it can straight up consume people's souls, has control over all ghost-type Pokemon, and is almost unstoppable. Finally, Ash comes along after it spent years killing people and Pokemon in Lavender Town, but it chose rather to blow itself up than be caught by Ash. Now this Pokemon is hardcore. Number 1, Zypher. So my favorite version of Pokemon is a comic called Pokemon Adventures. These stories follow the adventures of Red, Blue, and Green. They closely mirror the video games and not only have great writing, but display adult themes such as death, decay, and horror. Red is such a badass protagonist as he's headstrong and friendly like Ash, but displays a much more serious attitude and talent towards battling. Anyway, I could drone on about this manga all day, but that's a video for another day. So in this manga, Team Rocket have managed to make several members of the gym leaders, including Lieutenant Surge, Sabrina, and even Koga, join them and become evil. So when the gym badges are all put into this fusion machine, Team Rocket manages to fuse the 3 legendary birds of Kanto. Yes, at one point in time, Zapdos, Moltres, and Articuno were one Pokemon. Yeah, this crazy elemental nightmare called Zypher, which I assume to be a combination of Thunder, Lightning, and Freeze. That's it for my top 10. This is the most mental Pokemon I know existed. It's fucking crazy to have. So technically, if this Pokemon was in the games, it would be a fire, flying, thunder, and ice type. How fucking insane is that? And apparently in the manga, this thing was so crazy, not even Red or Sabrina or any of like the top Kanto trainers could defeat it. Needless to say, it ended up splitting up, but for one glorious moment in the Pokemon Adventures manga, Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres were the one Pokemon.
What do you mean unidentified? It's a fucking Pikachu! Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I'm Bitbot, the fastest gamer alive. Subscribe if you liked it. And, look, Pikachu, isn't he adorable? Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna hang out with Pikachu, and you guys can watch some more videos or do something else on YouTube. Have fun.